The time in which Yao Zhong studied art had a direct influence on his early style. The cultural climate meant that teachers had no desire to actually teach. In the following clip, Yao Zhong tells of how he learned art techniques and offers clues to why his style developed like it did.
借这个书来看了以后，像我就开始喜欢表现主义，喜欢梵高了。那上课我就按照我理解的这个表现主义去画画。
In the late 80s, Zhong realised there was an irreducible distance between his ability to convey his own experiences as an artist and such iconic works from another culture.
西方人来看的时候觉得特别新鲜，很刺激。后来我觉得，如果是中国当代文化就是这样的话，我就没意思，当时特别不理解，而且觉得有一种不舒服的感觉。
In 1993, his first Chinese face appeared in his paintings, and from this point on, he created a series of work called The Bloodline. Were inspired by family photos from the Cultural Revolution period and engaged with this notion of identity within the Chinese culture of collectivism. G. Edward Griffin is a political historian and a writer, and he explains this idea of collectivism in simple and understanding terms.
One of the major aspects of collectivism is that it's based on the principle that the individual must be sacrificed if necessary for the greater good of the greater number.
Inspired by this notion of collectivism, the painting and its wider collection depict an endless genealogy, each character being universally similar. Yao Zhong expresses the notion of the individual within and uses personal experience to explore how the family unit identifies individuals. A typical character is usually defined by one's own personal background. However, the big family identifies an individual by his blood relations. The tradition of collectivism has been closely associated with Chinese culture, dating back to the Confucian tradition, although it was extraordinarily prevalent throughout the Cultural Revolution. Yao Zhong's work takes a stance in response to this Cultural Revolution, especially when taking into account the composition of the work. Family number 4 translates the language of photography into paint. Family portraiture was a huge tradition in Chinese culture, although due to the implementation of the Cultural Revolution, Yao Zhong's is addressing the loss of such precious memories. The painting creates this overwhelming sense of nostalgia, as he creates this harmonious balance between animation and flatness. He utilises a grayscale palette, creating the feeling of timelessness and complies to the uniformity of extended family. The subtle physical features explore the faint ideas of individuality. For example, the two big heads, the long noses, and the subtle alterations of hairstyle and emotion. This recurrent image of lines, or the bloodline, indicate the linkage between the individuals as well as the individual in society, history, and ideology.